And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. From the gun, it's Carr. And it's brought in by Washington. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington, 32 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Switching things over, San Francisco taking over on offense here in just a second. And you and I discussed earlier when Jimmy Garoppolo became the starter, what a turnaround it was for San Fran at the end of the year. 1-10 in the first 11 weeks, 5-0 after that. Some momentum to take into the offseason.
And beat some teams that are acknowledged as good teams in the league, including the NFC West champion Los Angeles Rams down the stretch. So that was a big deal for them. Highest scoring offense in the NFL last 4 weeks of the season. But I loved last year's draft because they got good play from those guys. Solomon Thomas in the first round. Reuben Foster in the first round, the linebacker. Trent Taylor, wide receiver. And Akello Witherspoon, cornerback. Some building blocks as they move forward.
And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback,
yeah,
you got to make that throw, right? Yeah. That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. Give him 27 yards that time. And the 49ers are going to get a first. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A good pickup there on first as a screen pass gets him 8. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Handoff comes to Hyde. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
First down, a run with Hyde. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Lynch busting free, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That good for 19 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
On second down, Lynch. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And the tackle's made there by one of the secondary members. And I can guarantee you, having played that spot in the huddle right now or on the field, they're urging for a little bit more support from the guys up front. Actually, remember one game. Wow.
There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, 47 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis. Some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP? 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off-air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
He dumps it to Hyde. Still fighting. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Jimmy Garoppolo, the starter here, finally lured away from the Patriots. What are some things you like about JG?
Well, I love his makeup, meaning obviously he has a physical ability. He can throw the football, but he's mentally tough as well. And he developed while he was there in New England. They actually trained him to be a starter even though he wasn't getting any type of snaps. And this guy adapts and thrives with the ability to play against pressure.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Pierre Garçon, 58 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here this first half. Carr to throw on second down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. A very solid gain of 27. Here's a give to Lynch. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Fresh set of downs here. They run again on first down. Lynch. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Now Carr. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Crabtree has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something.
And he coughed it up. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch and able to work his way down to the 16. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run again with Lynch, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they're going to have a third down. Here's Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Lynch, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Carr, incomplete, right side to Cook. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
Set! Green 39!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Garoppolo. And Robinson with a big catch. 19 yards that time for number 19. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
All right, here we go.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. Handoff comes to Lynch. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. On the give, this is Lynch. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Given 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. To throw his Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
Watching that, Barney. Hurry up, here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Over the middle to Garcon. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. That'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. First down, Garoppolo. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Edwards in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll be knocked down sideways. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they? And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Pierre Garçon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers get a score closer. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Intended that time for Cooper, and now it's second down. Carr going to throw here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. They'll try the counter with Washington, and he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.